Hi guys, this is your girl LishaJoya. Thank you so much for coming to this YouTube video. I don't know what you can see versus what you can't see, but right now we are live on my laptop. I wanted to show you guys that I not only garden in Second Life, but I also garden in the real world. And today, I have some aloe vera that is dying, and so I'm going to be reviving it. And what I've been doing so far is I've been soaking it, the roots of the plant, in some water, and I've already transplanted a plant already. Let me show you what I've been working on. So I just transplanted this little guy, this little baby, and I'm working with the Miracle Grow, so I'll show you that. I'm also working with some Miracle Grow. This stuff is the Miracle Grow Performance Organics. We're going to get started. You may or may not see me. It's about the plants, not about me. Like I said, I have some and some roots, so I just use double shot glasses to soak the roots in. They've been in here for about 20 or 30 minutes already. It kind of helps the transplant shock to be less. So, and they're on here, my outdoor table for gardening right outside the porch. And then I have my handy dandy spoon. Yes, I use a regular household spoon. I put a whole bunch of the gardening mix inside there, and I added a lot of water, because it helps prevent the transplant shock from here to the soil until I put it to the actual pots. They actually have the drainage in the bottom. So here I go. So I'm gonna put this plant on over here. So if you guys see me, you don't see me. Really don't watch me doing this. So I just put some of this extra wet soil that I just told you into the pot. I'm working on potting number 2. I'm going to need some more pots that are deep enough. So here I go, just potting stuff away. So far I got to fill this almost all the way up to the top. You're going to see a whole bunch of cats all over in the video. So a whole bunch of gardening stuff. It's purposely extra wet because it helps to prevent the transplant shock from your plants. So it keeps it a little extra wet, but also gives it the nutrients. What I like about this Miracle Grow version of the organic one is that it has enough peat inside of it, which means those little white balls that you see. And it keeps the moisture level just even keel, kind of like level. So I use a spoon. Don't judge me. I don't have like fancy equipment. You know what I mean? And before I started this process, I actually, when I made the extra wet soil, I let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes as well to fully get super duper wet. Some got a little bit more wet than normal, but I'm using this guy as my little mixing bowl for the dirt, for the extra wet dirt, because it holds the moisture and it doesn't really leak. So I was going to use this as a planter, but it doesn't have a proper drainage thing. Even though I could probably make one. I could probably drill some holes for it at the bottom, but I digress. Not really. So, you guys don't know, I also garden in the video game Second Life as well, but I also garden even more so in the real world. So what I'm going to start doing now, see my trusty dusty spoon? I'm just going to gently push the soil back so it makes like a pocket, like so, like a deep hole. Now this one, I'm going to put, well, maybe not. I need to find something bigger for this one. But that's the original mom. So I have these two. There's 2 of these, like right here I have in the shot glasses. So I have these two. So I'm just gonna go pick one, put the little one back in, littler one, excuse me, back in. And then I'm gonna put this about here, about up to this node, and to just cover it up gently with the spoon. The reason why I like using spoons because you can be precise in that, and you just slightly pack it down, not too tight where like the roots, you know, can't really move, but just enough so it's stable and it can stand up on its own. If that's the case, then you might have to really gently dig it back out, gently pull out the root, re-dig the hole a little bit deeper, and then put this in a little bit deeper in because the roots, so they can branch out. There we go. That's better. Yeah. I use spoons. I use basic kitchen equipment. I basically use what I've got. If you guys don't have specialty equipment like you guys don't use specialty equipment like, you know, gardening rakes and stuff, I use forks too for that. They get more precise and it prevents the plant from getting damaged itself. And there is some damage over here, which I forgot my scissors. Let me go ahead and get the scissors. So hold that thought. Get a chance to look at my lovely plants. Excuse me. All right, so I'm back with the scissors. There is some damage right here, and the plant's going to focus its time and its resources and help on trying to fix that. So in anything you do in gardening, do it at a 45-degree angle. If you have to cut, you could do like that. And the reason why you do it like that is because it causes it to drip down, the sap or the blood, I guess I'll call it, to drip down. And then this one just needs to be clipped at the tip because it's got a little bit of dead stuff. And then this one's ready to go. I have 2 more plants, which I don't have any pots for at the present moment, but I know I could definitely fix that. And what do you know? I found a pot. Doesn't have a drainage system, but when it comes to these guys, they're going to need it. So I'm going to use this one as a pot. This is actually supposed to be an ice bucket, but it turned out to be, you know, now it's my planter. Yeah. Use almost anything. But just keep in mind, since it doesn't have a drainage thing at the bottom, to not overwater it because you can suffocate it and drown it. So what I'm going to do now is going to add this soil into here little by little. Fill it up as much as I can. The key is to get the soil wet and let it sit for about a good 15-20 minutes so the peat, the little white dots in your soil, can start to swell up. And they're going to act like little sponges inside your the water storage sponges, like leftover water sponges. That's the only way I can explain it. It's called peat. So I know it looks like I'm having Oreo cookies in here, but you know, you pack it down just gently. You break up any big, huge chunks. See, a spoon is all you need. You know, the spoon is just really all you need. You guys are making comments. I really can't see nothing right now, and I'm so sorry, but that's just how it is. Okay. We're going to add a little bit more of this thing. I see your roots in here from the previous mother plant. So I see it right here. That's dead. So we're going to put some more of that. As you can tell, I just do this, you know. I do my hard gardening on Wednesdays and Fridays. I take the time to really garden. And also with these clear things, you can actually see the health of the soil. You can see if it's really dry or not. And actually you can see if the plant itself is root bound. One of the advantages of it. So I'm making a pocket right on in here. I'm having a little pocket. Take a look at the pocket. little, like I'm making as deep as I can so that I can sit the roots in nicely and gently. Now, this one will have to be transferred out of this for sure. But this one, it's got new growth right over here in the center. So it's trying to make a baby. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit this down, maybe about here, because the root system and how it looks. So I'm going to gently place it down and gently put the soil down. Use the bottom. Let's see. There we go. There you go, baby. There you go. So you can go big and strong. Don't worry, you're not going to stay in there forever. I'm going to transfer you to something else. All right, so we're leaving a little bit of room for this one. So this one is done. So this is what this one looks like. I'm going to keep an eye on these guys for transplant shock. And in fact, this is going to have to get cut too. But there's damage. I don't know if you guys can see. There's damage right on that leaf over there. It's broken. And I don't want the plant to focus on that. So again, cut below the angle that you can get. And you can, the nice thing about those, you can actually replant those ones that have a little bit of green still left. But I'm going to throw it over there for now because it's not have space. So I need to find another planter for this. And I was actually thinking about using this temporarily as a planter itself, just temporarily, because I don't think I have any more pots because I've been gardening so much. I'm going to need to add some more soil to this. So give me a moment. Then I'm going to need to add some more water. Take this spoon out. You can see how it comes out. It comes out, you know, dry, dryish, moist. But when I transplant anything, I make sure it's super wet. And then the one that has the glass that has no drainage at the bottom, you're really going to have to watch it. I was going to, like I said, I was going to use this thing right here as a planter. So it doesn't have no drainage, but the advantage of the one that's glass, it doesn't have it, the drainage at the bottom, is that you can actually see if it's dry. You can't really tell the health of the soil. Okay, so that should be enough soil for now. And then my handy dandy watering can. I make this super, super wet. I put some water in, and yes, kind of like cooking. I mixed it up because they're wet with the dry. Kind of like you were making a baked cake batter almost, but only for gardening and dirt, you know. We just mix that up. So it's not too overly saturatedly too wet where it's like mud, but just like enough so the peat and it can absorb. So now I have to let this sit for about 15 minutes or so before I do anything with the plant, because you have to wait for the peat to absorb that water there that I put in. This needs a tiny bit more water though. Just a smidge, if you just see. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right, there you go. See, a little bit wet, but not too wet, not overly wet, but enough to help prevent the transplant shock. All right. Now, shot glass. Whoop. So you can reuse your shot glasses for transplanting little snippets of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, take that out. It's got some of the dirt still in, and that's okay. So I'm going to leave that out for a hot moment. I'm going to put some new water in here. There we go. So it's not over drowning it while it's here doing its thing. I have other plants that I'm waiting to root. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a few snippets in here. But the sun really captures the sparkles in the leaves. So take a look. I don't know if you guys can see it. But before I transplant these haven't quite finished root bounding yet. I wait for like at least a week, maybe 2, maybe even 3 weeks, depending on how fast the roots grow. I put this in different pots. So I've already reworked the original mother plant to those is this plant, and this came off the urn of Sean's mother's urn. So we're trying to keep it alive and also be able to transplant this to other family members who want a piece of this. And look, I have a snail. Hello, snail. Hello. Come here. Come. Well, looky, I have a snail. Hello, snail. Even the snails look different here. Look, it's kind of spotted. I'll put you back. There you go. Have a good day, Mr. or Miss Snail. There you go. All right. So I have that, and then I also have the reworkings of one snippet. This is what it looks like from one snippet. I put it in a coffee cup. These do well in coffee cups, but you have to be very mindful about how much you water this. We can actually overwater it. This is due to be retransplanted into something bigger because it's not able to grow properly. So I'm gonna try showing you guys if I can find something to elevate this. So I'm gonna show you how to take care of this plant too. All right, this might work as an elevator. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see. Come on, baby. There you go. Alrighty. Now these guys are so amazing. It's that same plant you saw earlier. So take a look at the plant. This one's got damage to it. See the leaves? So you want to take this leaf off because of the damage to it. This means that a bug has chosen that's to be its lunch, and then the plant's going to try to bring that back to life. Will spend all of its time and energy and nutrients to that, kind of like somehow us humans do. We have this bad tendency of focusing on things that don't need to be focused on. This one's got damage in the actual leaf in the center. That is from, I think it's from the elements, to be honest. And then we have a couple more that are ripped. So you just take that off. You can use your fingernails. If you got fingernails, you can use your scissors. But then you also have stuff that have definite holes for sure. They still look definitely with good color. So you take off all of that off. You don't take off all the leaves off. You kind of like weigh your options. So it can still grow and have photosynthesis, so it can still eat from the sun's rays. And then these ones have different like tendrils, different arms, as I like to call them. So this one has definitely dead stuff right here. So you just take that off. Right, baby? Mommy takes good care of you. And also this had gotten frostbitten because these things are very sensitive. Then during the winter time, we water them and then we keep them in a grow light in the living room. Now lost one of my earpieces. Go light. All right, I'll find that afterward. So anyway, so we have some to take care of. This has beginning of death happening, so we just figure it out and fix it. Here we have a very good, healthy leaf set and the node set over here. So we also have another we have to take care of. And then this is a brand new arm on over here. So that one's taken care of and done, except for this section, which this one will have to get cut. I don't know if you can see it. It's really black, but I can't cut that off with my fingernail, so I didn't use it. Yes, so be careful not to cut the actual arm itself. And then we put it back on over here. To be in the sun, to hang out. Now, last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the transplant for this plant here because it's been about a little while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump the water out over, and then I'm gonna put some dirt in. I will have to transplant this one because this one doesn't have a drainage system, doesn't have any way for it to drain. These are desert plants, so I wanted to take a little bit of SoCal with me when I moved here, and that's exactly what I did. Now with this one, I'm gonna have to start making the pocket a little bit earlier on in the cup here. Yes, I'm using a spoon. Don't judge. I use what I got. This makes it easier. You don't want to use your hands too much. Okay, then you put it in like so. Gently. Well, I gotta take some of the dirt out. Whoops. See, my bad. See, now you take some of the dirt out and remake that pocket. All right. So that the roots can get in. Come on, baby. Come on. Mommy's just trying to help you out. Come on. Come on. All right. There you go. And then we put the dirt in. We gently pack it in gently. So these roots are very fragile. It's also been a few minutes so that peat has absorbed some of that water. There you go. Come in. Come on. Get your foods. Come on. Look on. Feels like I'm spoon feeding these guys here. Get some of the dirt inside. Making sure that they're nice and stable. You know, pack that in. Sometimes in this small crevice, you gotta use your fingers, pack that in. And then here comes the not so fun part for the plant. There's some dead spots right here. I don't know if you can see it. But let's see if you can see it. It's got some breakage right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. All right, 45-degree angle. Here is the 45-degree angle. And some more dead spots over on this one, this arm. Sorry, baby, mommy's gotta do what she's gotta do. This one looks like it's starting to die, so I have to cut it off down here because it's that yellowish color. This one looks like it's dying about here, so its health is up there. This plant's gonna have to get cut down approximately here, and then this section is gonna have to get cut. See, it's still like so yellow and it looks withered, so yeah, I gotta cut that. This might cause it to have a little bit of shock, but it's better than it focusing on what it doesn't need to focus on. It's kind of like us humans. We tend to focus on things we don't need to focus on, especially things that are dying in our lives, you know? That's what gardening has been teaching me or reteaching me. This is the, like I said, this is the main mother plant of the other one I just showed you. Come on, spider, no getting on me today. Come on, it's your second time getting on me today. All right. We don't kill things in this household, so we take them outside to be in the nature. And it's like another dead thing in it. Like I said, we'll just focus. Kind of like we do, like I said, as humans, we tend to focus on things that don't deserve to be focused on. And then we focus all of our time and energy on something when we could be focusing energy on something more positive, you know? And then we go, and then, you know, it's like wasting time, like friendships, relationships, you know, projects that don't work out. This one's fine. This one's fine. All right, let's take care of this one. Come on, come on. Don't fight me now. There we go. This one looks okay, except for this piece. Now we have to work on that stuff inside the pot. And then there's a leaf in here that is half eaten. So I'll focus on that and get up. And then this one I've already done already for the most part. So the rest of this is fine. Oh, there's a new one. Nope, that's not. There you go. This one's fine now. So this is the end of my gardening for now. Hopefully you guys liked a little bit of what I do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, poke and pry into my channel. I do many things in my channel. I mean, I do a lot of gardening. And then, oh, what I'm going to do left with this soil is that I'm going to leave it here. And I'm going to add eggshells. I'm going to add coffee grounds. I'm going to add things that add nutrients to the soil while it's being saturated. I'm going to keep watering it every other day so it doesn't over dry. And the reason why I also overwater because it prevents the plant from burning from the leaves or from the sun. So, alrighty guys, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end the stream. I'm on the laptop. It's going to die any second. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if I can figure out how to do my end button here. All right, guys. Have a great day and happy gardening to the rest of you.